Hey there, I'm Mark and I'm thrilled to have you here with me. Our goal at bike.rent Manager is to make your rental operations sleeker, more efficient, and ultimately more profitable. We'll guide you through our software to help you maximize the value you get from bike.rent Manager. Join over 800 teams worldwide, from dynamic global brands to nimble local enterprises who trust in bike.rent Manager. In this video, I'll go over our Tours, Activities, and Events module. This is an add-on module. Very powerful tool, only a couple $100 a year, but it can be very useful. And it can be used for a number of different things. So I'll show you a couple of different examples of how it's used and how some of our customers use it. And then, of course, how it actually works in the back office as well. So the first thing we'll do to go find that in your system, once it's turned on, and you can always have this turned on either in your free trial if you'd like to test it out, or if you're already a customer and you'd like to add it on, just let us know and we can do that for you. So I just typically go to the search here, go type in events. And really that's the easiest way to find it here. So go to events, and I've got a nice little blank slate here to create any number of events. So I'll go say add a new event. We're going to give it a code, call it code 1. We're going to call this Midnight Tour just for the heck of it. Again, you can use this really for anything. Little text here, just description of your event, whatever that might be. You've got some editing tools up here you can use. Now, here's where you're going to choose whether it's a fixed date or a recurring event. So if this is a midnight tour, let's call this one a recurring. So it starts. We're going to say this one starts on the 29th, and then it ends on the 9th. So we're going to call that a recurring midnight tour. It's going to go every night from the 29th to the 9th of next month. Now, you can set up a last booking date. So since it starts on the 29th, maybe we want to cut off booking on the 27th. Very easy to do that as well. The duration is 2 hours. So we're going to call that 120 minutes. And then your recurring slots are going to be, and this is where you have your choice here. So even though these are my dates, I can then go in and say, well, I really only want to do this on the weekend. So you've got a really nice long stretch. Maybe you only want to do it on Friday and Saturday nights, or just on Saturday nights. So very easy to do that. So we're going to say it's 12 o'clock. We'll call it 11:30. 11:30. And that's going to be every day. And we're going to want to change that to PM, of course. It's defaulting to AM. Easy to do that. Doesn't really matter. For this, we can just call it the 11:30 AM. So now you don't want to upload an image. So any type of image here, typically if it's a tour like this or an event, an image of the event or a flyer or something like that. Any other conditions that you might have here, rain or shine, any of that kind of stuff. And then you can actually go set reservation types. And this is done somewhere else in the system. But once you've added these, you'll have them in the drop down here. I typically go ahead and set it as an event. And now this part's important. So this will allow your customers to choose from specific categories within your system. So say you've got gravel bikes and road bikes and e-bikes and kids bikes, but you only want to allow customers to ride, say, e-bikes for this one. You're going to want to go and add only that one. If you don't add any of these, if you choose nothing, it will include all of your bikes in this. So we're just going to call it Electric City Bikes. This is a city tour. We'll go ahead and save it. Okay, so now we've got our event, and now we've got this store link. So this automatically created a link, and you can actually see the code to that. If we open this up, you can go see that it created code automatically there, and you can also go to the link from here. So let's go to it, and that loads my new midnight tour page. I didn't add an image here, so we're just kind of going through this very quickly. But then there's our bike. So it's a 2-hour tour, so very granular control versus what you would normally have on your online page would be something like this, where your regular rentals, they can go choose a bike, and now all your bikes here, various times, depending on what I've chosen there as my pickup times, my booking slots. So it gives you a lot more granular control over your tours and events. It can be used for one-off events, recurring events, all kinds of different stuff. And I'll show you a couple of examples here. So here is an evening wine tour that Pedigo does. So it's called Pedigo Evening Wine Tour, out in wine country there. Starts only on the weekends. So very easy for them to control this here. 12 o'clock p.m. It's a 4-hour tour. And then they only want you to be able to choose from their cruisers and their city bikes. They've also got fat bikes and some other stuff. They don't want you to choose those. So very easy to do that. And then any conditions are here. So customers book these, but the cool thing is it really still draws from that same inventory as your rental bike inventory so that you don't oversell. Here's another example. This is out in the Grand Canyon called the Hermit Road Tour. This is from Bright Angel Bike Tours. They use both our tours module, so you can see all the different tours they do, and our rentals module here. And then they just embedded it in their website under these links, and it takes you right to this. So this will be their Hermit Road Tour. They do things a little bit differently. And again, there's so many different ways you can use this. So theirs, they actually didn't want it to add a bike. They want to be able to pull from their fleet manually and add bikes. So all you're really booking is the $50 tour and then $30 if you need a bike. I think some customers actually bring their own bike. Hover over it, and it tells you exactly what needs to be done. So if we do that, and then we add one, it'll add that to the cart, and it's asking for the first name and rider, the rider height, and then that's it. So they just want certain information from their customers there. Any discount codes they want to pop in there as well. So now they do say down here that rentals are mandatory for the tour. So if you don't choose one, I think they just go and choose one for you. That's why they want your height and weight. So anyway, that's a couple different examples of how it can be used. And what it does is it creates an unlimited number of URLs. So say you've got a midnight tour, or maybe you do demos and you have a traveling demo van. You want to be able to go do demos in different cities at different mountain bike events, whatever it might be. You can have a number of these and then just set the expiration dates to finish when you want them. And then they fall away without you having to worry about going and deleting them. Hope this helps. Thanks for joining.